Good evening, everybody. This is Andy here at Montolio, and we're here for a vintage daily event on July the 1st. And our round one opponent is bgg88. And I'm assuming that is a variant of IG88. Okay. Are we on the play or in the draw here? I don't know that it changes much. This is really bad if opponent drops a chalice at 0, but I think I'm going to keep it. And hopefully that does not happen. Okay. Pretty fast start from our opponent there. It's pretty nice too, drawing a land there. I think I'm just going to revoke the Black Lotus. Lead with the Ravager here in hopes that if he's got a counter, this will be the one that's countered. And we'll set our Revoker and we'll try and hit his Lotus here. Okay, so it does have the Force of Will. I think that's fine. Time walk, okay. So he's off the top of his library here. And our plan here is to draw land and get a Forge Master into play. Okay, that's not good. 5 mana. Oh, he's digging. Okay. Okay. It's a pretty good peel. I'm not sure if he's treasure cruising. Yeah, he's cruising. Okay. It's even worse. Okay, so we're playing Steel City Vaults here. He's got a lot of mana. Alright. Yeah, that's a pretty good draw in all truthfulness. I do think that I have to actually take away the Tolarian Academy rather than get the Forge Master into play here. Because it just allows him to do too many broken things. I'm going to play the Trinisphere here. Yeah, I think I've got to take the Academy away. You know, there's just too many things that he can rip off the top of his deck here that are going to really punish me. Like when you're digging 3 cards deep. And now we just need to peel a land. I think we're in great shape. What we would do is, if we can get the Forge Master into play, what would be after would probably a Steel Hellkite. Remove his 2 Moxes. And put him on a very fast clock. Okay. Okay. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, we're not really pressuring our opponent here, but that's okay. We really are in a reasonable position here in the sense we just got to draw land, and I think we're in pretty good shape. And we just have to hope our opponent doesn't rip a good threat. So this is probably just digging a little bit further, I would suspect. It's also possible we're going to see a mentor here. No, he's just digging. Mentor would be pretty bad for us if you found one of those, but my opponent has some semblance of an advantage here in the sense that he gets to dig every turn with his top, particularly when he has fetch lands. You just have to hope he doesn't find a significant threat. Interesting. Okay, so he has found a threat here. And it's a pretty good one, I won't lie to you. That was one of the worst cards we could draw here. So this is an unfortunate side effect here of having to block this thing, but I am probably going to sacrifice my Ravager, put it on my factory. We'll see if he attacks. I will have to sacrifice one of my Moxes to make it work. Maybe I just want to sacrifice my Trinisphere here to get rid of that thing. Because he's well above my Trinisphere anyways. I think that's, yeah, I gotta get rid of my Trinisphere. Because we're really quite desperate to cast the Forge Master. Tinker. Wow, that's a scary one. Alright, well, that puts us in a pretty bad spot. He's now going to go get a Blightsteel Colossus, I guess. I mean, the only thing line I think I could have taken that was different is to being very aggressive with my... Oh, Vault Key. Okay. Interesting. And he didn't attack. Okay, so we got a chance here. It's pretty bad for us because he's probably got the combo, but not much we can do there. If he's got the combo, he's got the combo. Thought he had a Sensei top in hand, but all right. That sounds like a draw. All right. Now, unfortunately, I don't want to sacrifice anything. Cast, okay. So he is getting away from me here. I really do need to draw land here quick. I mean, we've been fortuitous enough to draw a couple plays in a row in Lodestone Golem and Thorn Amethyst. But we have not drawn the land, which is pretty critical. I was playing some paper vintage at the NYSC last weekend, and of course, being relatively new to vintage, one of the interesting things about it was, what good he didn't attack, is that with a chalice at 0, for instance, if your opponent casts a mox into your chalice, and they say, resolve, and you say yes, the mox will actually resolve. So you have to pay attention to your triggers on in paper versus Magic Online, which will do the triggers for you. So the nice thing for us here is our Forge Master is going to resolve, which gives us a good chance here. He's going to try and alpha strike us here, I suspect. Just have to hope he doesn't draw the Time Vault. Okay, so he's just pumping his guys up. So we're not too worried about it. I mean, we will block if we have to give ourselves a reasonable chance at life here. Like the Lodestone, I don't think is going to be the end-all be-all here. Oh, he didn't tap for mana. Interesting. Okay. So he probably will strike in here, would be my guess. No. Very fortuitous for us. Okay. Well, we are going to Time Vault. We are going to set Revoker on Time Vault. And we're going to pass turn. Alright, so barring some shenanigans here that I'm not seeing, like alright. So we're going to sacrifice here. I'm not really crazy about sacrificing my lands. Oh, is this a Dismemberer? So we are going to see an Alpha Strike here, for sure. Okay. Well, that is pretty expensive. He wasted 2 spells in his hand, and yes, he's going to get some tokens. And he's going to get to pump them up a lot and all that stuff. But I don't think it's really overly beneficial of an attack here, but we'll see. I mean, he's going to get some damage through for sure. No attack. That's just great for us. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I don't feel like the Ravager's doing much. But I am going to sacrifice a Thorn. I think I'll sacrifice a Factory, and I think I'll sacrifice my Ravager. And yeah, my plan remains the same here. I'm just going to go and, I mean, we can get him pretty good with a Sundering Titan, but I just feel like a Steel Hellkite is the right way to go here. There's a nice draw too. Okay, yeah, I mean, we're just going with the Hellkite here. Yeah, and that'll clean up his board, and yeah, I would suspect Tanglewire will just wrap this up here for us. Pretty good. Yeah, and I think we're just going to go for Sundering Titan here in the turn. I mean, I probably should have done it main phase, but balance is pretty good. All right, so yeah, I was gonna say, like, we sacrifice our 3 creatures, leaving up the Steel Hellkite. He will have 2 on the board, and we just go get a Sundering Titan. I think it was pretty bad our opponent showed us that card too, because it gives us a little more information than we had a minute ago. Well, I guess for sideboard, I mean, there's not a lot that we have here. I do think Crucible of Worlds can be pretty good against this, against our opponent here. Spheres seem good, Revokers seem good. I mean, I guess I'll side out a Chalice at 0 because we're on the draw versus the play. That seems pretty reasonable. Okay, this is a very strong hand. You know, this is my opponent's deck is pretty fast mana. They've got all sorts of stuff they can do, so I mean, that's a great start for my opponent. Hopefully he doesn't have a Tinker. Ancestral, okay. You know, like it's hard to beat a deck that is this fast. What you're really looking for against them is a Chalice at 0 on the play. That's very painful for them. Yeah, so my opponent's had pretty much the nut draw here. Yeah, Blade Steel. So let's hope we draw a Metamorph. Revoker doesn't quite get us there. So let's see if my opponent's got a force here. He doesn't. So we get another chance at drawing out of this. Hopefully. Okay, so he got us that game. Let's see what we would have drawn next here. Okay. Now, I would think that the tides would turn in our favor here. Really, I think the key to this match, though, is Chalice of the Void. We'll bring Duplicant in just because. I think Ravagers are pretty weak in this match. Yep, let's try this. So this doesn't really stop us fast mana all that much, but I do have a Wasteland and a Sphere, so I'm going to keep it. And of course we've got a Forge Master and a Tanglewire to wrap things down if he doesn't have a great start, so I think this is pretty reasonable. We'll see if this gets forced. And it doesn't. Had we had a Chalice there, it would have been a beautiful thing, but it's not something we can mulligan to. Wow, okay. Fair start from our opponent. Yeah, 1 mana short of being able to go off here. Now the question is, do we just want a Tanglewire? I think we do. Actually, I'm just going to go for the Forge Master here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna see what I can do here with this Tanglewire to start. Let's fish with this and let's see what happens. I am a little bit worried about an STP here, but so we'll see if this is a basic, and it is. Smart play. Okay. As we stand right now, that's a dead card, but oh. So that's pretty good for us, I would think. Hopefully he doesn't have another land. That'd be pretty sweet. A little bit lagged here. Okay, so I think we just get the Forge Master in. Don't really want to use my Lotus. My opponent is getting a bit salty here. He's not too happy about me getting a Forge Master into play here. So my opponent's got 1 mana. He's underneath 2 Thorns here. I am going to get an activation with the Forge Master, and I mean, I'm not crazy to sacrifice too much here. Probably just going to get rid of my Lotus, my Tangle Wire, and maybe the Forge Master. Yeah,